Today, I come to the highlands of Japan's Mount Enna to hike an ancient trail. Once walked by samurai, this trail takes me to a 17th century mountain village. And deep into old Japan. To get there, I take a 90-minute train ride from Nagoya to Nakatsugawa station. Then hop a local bus for a 30-minute ride to the town of Magome. Then a 20-minute hike to my guest house. This is the town's old school, which is now a hostel. So the story is that the population in this area just dwindled over time, and there wasn't enough people to warrant keeping the school open. So private enterprise stepped in and opened up part of the school as a guest house. It has dorm rooms and larger rooms for larger groups. But part of the school is still open as a community centre. There's a basketball court here, so kids come and play. So I guess that's a win-win. The building's still being used by the community, and it's also housing guests who come here to hike the trail. It's kind of like a capsule hotel, but not. It's a relaxed and friendly place, and the building has beautiful views of Mount Enna. That seems to be a common issue with country towns in Japan, that the population dwindles as the kids grow up and leave school. They move to the cities for jobs and don't return. And apparently there are quite a few abandoned houses in this area around here. So a town like Magome, which originally was a farming village, is more and more dependent on tourism for its economic survival. This is the start of the Nakasendo Way. This is also known as the Samurai Way. This path was developed some 400 years ago to travel between Edo, Tokyo, and Kyoto, the two main seats of power in the Edo period. Magome-juku is known as a post town because this trail was used to transport important messages and documents between the two seats of power in Tokyo and Kyoto. And even today, the post continues to be important. And the town is filled with these beautiful 18th century buildings. A number of those old buildings have been turned into shops catering to tourists. There's also cafes and guest houses. Magome is the 43rd of 69 post stations along the trail, but only a few still remain. Since I've come to Japan, I've totally fallen in love with these sweet red bean, really cool buns. This, by far, is the most delicious I've had since I've come here. Oh my god, it's heaven. And it's piping hot, which is great. It's like stepping back in time. And in this video, I invite you to come with me on a bit of a time travel through the Edo period of Japan. I must say, when I decided to come here, I did have this idea that I'd be in a remote little village in the mountains, and that's not really the case at all. There's quite a few tourists here. Sometimes I've seen busloads of them turning up, so Magome does get a little bit busy during the day. But tomorrow I'm going to hike the trail, and I'm hoping that that'll thin out some of the tourists. Most of the tourists seem to be Japanese, and maybe a handful or so of foreigners. So this place used to be a little bit of an undiscovered gem. I think it's become discovered. But that doesn't detract from the fact that it's still very picturesque. Magome is called a postal town because the messages would come through a whole series of towns that crossed up over the mountains, and bulletin boards would be put up to show the orders of the rulers. And it's like stepping back in time. This is the town's old bulletin board. So messages that came up from Edo or Kyoto were posted here. Really important messages. So people have been walking this old cobblestone trail for more than 400 years. From the top of the village, there's a lookout over Mount Enna, which is about 2,100 meters, I think, and it's sensational. Good morning. It's about 7 in the morning and I'm going to take on the hike to the next village, Sumago, which is about 9 kilometers away. And I thought I'd go early because there's a whole school group just arrived last night, so I want to get on the trail before they do. But it's beautiful. The mist on the mountains, oh my goodness. Well, let's walk the Nagasendo highway, the Samurai Way, ancient 400-year-old path through the mountains. I'm not so worried about the weather. It's a bit cool, it's about 5 degrees. And maybe there's a bit of rain coming. But I'm more worried about the bears because it's early spring and they're waking up and they're going to be hungry. So I think I better just Google what to do if you encounter a bear. It says, if you encounter a bear in Japan, stay calm. Yeah, right. Back away slowly without turning your back and avoid eye contact. Make yourself appear larger. Stay calm. Yeah, we'll see about that. It says ring the bell hard against bears. I don't know if a bear would be scared by a little bell. Maybe it's the frequency or something. Not sure. Hope it works. I'm starting to think that this whole bear thing is more possible than I thought it was going to be. Maybe I should have let that group of school kids go first. They'd be far tastier than I am.
Just got out, something's wrong. I waited up, wounds on my feet. Where will you be? Flickering through memories, the Polaroids yellowed in the sun, longing to be seen. So come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me. Come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me.
I heard a noise behind me and freaked out, thinking it's a bear. It's just a couple of people. There are a couple of tiny villages on the trail, and I believe there are some tea rooms somewhere.
About halfway along the trail to Sumago,
There is a tea house where a really kind gentleman offers free hot tea to any hiker that passes by. Just coming into the village of Magome now. Just started to rain, so that's pretty good timing, really. This is another one of the postal villages on the trail that dates back 400 years. Okay, the sign says open. I need to get out of the rain, get a hot coffee. Really was hanging for this one. Nice and warm. Well, that was a lovely little walk. Really enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed coming along too. To be honest, a little bit disappointed I didn't see any bears, but that's probably a good thing. The village of Magome dates back to 1601. I love these little mountain villages. To me, that's much more interesting than the big, crazy, bright cities of Japan. I will eventually get to the cities again, but for now, I'm just really lapping up the rustic charm of these villages and the history associated with them. Really enjoyed this walk today, from one ancient rural Japanese village to the next. It's beautiful. Really glad I came to this part of Japan. I was really looking forward to this. Thank you so much for watching. I shall catch you in the next video.
The sun is up, the clouds are gone, but I'm still here with wounds on my feet. Where will